I know if this is guidance, or how do I know if this is how I think about it or feel about it? Okay, so the thought aspect comes in really loudly, right? The mind tends to be bossy, it tends to be fear based. Whereas, and it tends to be safety oriented. Let's make sure whatever bad thing happened before doesn't happen again. Let's make sure people like me. Let's make sure we don't hand our power to anybody else. I will not let anybody be in charge of me. That's kind of the rebellious aspect. That's the opposite of the people pleaser. The piece of people pleasing is actually super connected to the emotions, right? And the emotions will guide decisions a ton. Well, no, I'm scared if I go this way that that person might think this about me. If I say this thing, that's not going to work out. And so that's again very much rooted into that seek pleasure, avoid pain piece that is part of that lower base part of the mind that we're just wired that way in the reptilian mind. That's, it's about survival. And so those are all very real considerations. I'm going to invite us all again, simply not to hand decision making to them. Now, you may find some of these are big ones for you. So let's take a moment. Ooh, yeah, there goes my head. To honor this, that we've had to work hard to survive, not maybe physically, but certainly emotionally and mentally and energetically in this world. And we got good at it for good reasons. But right now, we are meeting all of that with the wisdom of our conscious, mature self to make decisions that are now totally tuned in to the full breadth and wisdom of the light and brilliance that we are, rather than anything that's happened in our linear history. Because otherwise, you're handing your experience the power as your highest authority. And if you said, well, my wisdom, my highest authority is my inner knowing, is the divine being that I am, is source as it moves through this life, is it actually your experience of this one lifetime that's your highest authority? Probably not. It's the place where everything is hooked in, yeah? I get that. So how do we unhook it? We first love on it, and then we choose differently. Okay, the mind is a subset, and it's a beautiful one, and it's partial, and it's often really connected to that structure of personality, belief, limitation a lot of time, because we hand it a total authority when it's a partial, therefore it creates limitation. Okay, I've never said that before. That's super helpful. Why does the mind create limitation? Because we've handled it something that is partial at a total authority. Yeah, it's the difference between mind-centered living and soul-inspired life. And because our guidance is a way of actually moving out of the framework of making dualistic decisions. Dualistic decisions are right or wrong. Guidance is beyond that. Can you feel how much we want to make the right choice? To know the right way? Whew, this one's like a fierce fortress for some of us. It's like, no, but I really need it to be right. Okay, I acknowledge and honor and love that, because that is you. That is you not wanting to have pain. Your small self. Okay, I don't like pain either. So when we move into walking according to guidance, we give up knowing why. The mind wants to know why, how, what, make sure it's going to work out. Our invitation into guidance is a space beyond knowing why or how it works out, but of complete soul alignment and soul-inspired choice in life. I'm telling you, that is way more satisfying than ever being right about something. Because honestly, being right is really not that much more satisfying than being wrong. They're the same energy. They're not the whole. They're a partial. That's why. They're not good or bad or right or wrong. They're, speaking of, they're just partial. Rightness is a subset of all that is, and so is wrongness. And actually, we're going to be living according to the whole.